We are excited to announce the release of Optimum Control version 5. In this video, I will take you through some of the new features and changes. The user interface has been updated to give it even more ease of use. One of the newest changes is the dashboard. In the previous version, when you logged into Optimum Control, it would bring you to a gray background that wasn't used. Now with the system, it brings you to a dashboard that's fully customizable. Each login will have a different dashboard, and on your dashboard, you'll be able to turn on any of these widgets you like. There's everything in here from reminders to top 10 price changes, all the way to general activity that's going on in the system. Because in version 5, it's going to be more updated more frequently by our team, you may have more of these coming. So this is one of my favorite features. Some of the widgets I have open are top 10 price changes, period purchases by supplier or group, order reminder. So if you have any of your par levels set up, it'll actually just tell you right on your dashboard, here are some of the items you're running low on, and it even has a button to create a PO right from here. The general activity shows you if you've put in any invoices, sales, pretty much everyday activity. So again, this is a great way to keep on top of the system, and it's bringing a new window that was just not used in the previous version. So this is one of my favorite changes that we've made recently. Another big change we made is in the item, prep, and product window. Now we've made it so you could actually see all the current live item, prep, or products on the left. So you get a selection window right in the item window. You can also have multiple items open at the same time. So again, this gives you a lot more ease of use if you have to look at multiple things at the same time. The other thing that we've incorporated into the system is symbols to tell you if something's an item, prep, or product. A good example of this is in the previous version, if you were looking at a prep and you were looking at the ingredients in the prep, you wouldn't know if it was an item or a prep or a product inside itself. So for example, here you could see that this symbol represents an item versus this symbol represents a prep. And then when we get to a product, you'll have another symbol that represents the product. The other thing we could do with those is no matter which window you're currently in the system, by clicking this symbol, it'll actually pull up that item, prep, or product. So again, for troubleshooting, that saves a lot of time. You're not going to have to find what you're currently looking at. So there's a prep inside of a prep, which will open it up for you. Prep par levels is another great feature that we've added. The purpose of a prep par level is to determine how much of a prep is needed to be prepared on a certain day during the week. The prep par levels are determined by the sales that have been imported into Optimum, and it also takes into consideration the shelf life that you program into your prep. So you could actually just, on any of your prep recipes, now in a section on the bottom, fill out anything you need. So in the case of my chili here, you could see that it's included on the prep par sheet. The prep station's the back table, and it's good enough for 6 days. Now with all this information, we could actually go right to the main menu, select prep par levels from the top, and any existing prep par levels will show up, or we could calculate the required amount. And that's based off of whatever date range you want. Once everything's programmed in, day to day, you may want to print a prep sheet. So to do that, that's under the reports, and we have some in-depth sheets you could print off. You could do it based on a day, or you could do a week. Both are available from here. Right from the report, and then you could print it. In any of our reports now, we've also added a feature at the top you'll see with the little Excel symbol. It used to be that when you would pull any of our old reports into Excel, sometimes they were messy just because of the formatting and the limitation we had on the database. But now, it's just as simple as clicking this symbol, and what it'll do is it'll actually open up your Excel on your computer if you have it installed, and it'll put the report right in there formatted nicely. So now you could actually manipulate the data all you like. This function is also great for the usage summary or any of your purchase records, because now you can manipulate the data into a customized report if you wanted. In this new version, a lot of the reports have been updated as well, in the fact that there's even more drill downs now. So if you remember back in the usage summary in any of our previous versions, we had drill downs, but they were somewhat limited. So in this version now, when you generate your usage summary, you have even more drill downs built in. So you could see right from the get-go, we have the little symbols. So if you notice an anomaly, you could actually click the symbol to drag you back over to the item to see how it was set up. We have the item activity report if you click the name. Now if you click the inventory total, you could actually see how much you counted and which count sheets you counted it on. So that way we could say, well, hey, we counted 320 here, but we didn't count any there. Maybe we missed some. So it's a great way to kind of troubleshoot if your actual inventory counts are valid. The other drill downs we have are in the purchases. So we had this in the previous version, but we took it a step further. So now if you take any of your items that you purchased, it'll give you a purchase detail. But now we took it a step further with the actual invoice. So if you click on the invoice, now you'll get the invoice you entered with that item on it. So you can see what happened there. Now when you want to go back to what you were just looking at, you don't have to reopen the report. You simply just go to the top, click reports, and there you are. Changes like this is really what cuts back the time it takes to troubleshoot and get an actual number that you're comfortable with. So that's some of the changes we made on the reports. Of course, there are other drill downs here. You can also click the ideal usage. That'll give you what items these are currently in, or I should say products, and how many you sold for the quantity total. At the bottom, you'll get your daily consumption as well. Then you just click at the top, and we're right back to the usage summary. The other thing we've added is the ability to pick and choose which reports you like. So that way you can have a list of favorite reports that you could just access from here. You don't have to find them. Everybody could have different favorite reports underneath their user profile. Another new report that we've added is now a log file that you'll be able to access. The log file will show you what each employee did in the system. So it's a great way to keep tabs on everybody, and if you need extra training on certain functions, you could find out really quick. Security is a big feature that we've changed as well. Underneath the settings, we've always had access levels and employees. So each person logs in with their own employee credentials. That accesses the access level to show them what they get in the system. But now, instead of a simple on or off for everything, we've actually added 4 different levels. So under each bell or whistle of Optimum Control, you could either have full access, read only, no access, or update not create. So that really gives you a customized profile for each of your employees. Some people could change things, some people can't. Some people might just simply want to print off a report. So this gives you that functionality of letting them do anything they want, but not damaging your data. With the new platform, we have a lot more flexibility with the way we present data. One of the things that we've changed that we've been looking at changing for years is lists. So now when you're in the invoice window, the sales window, or any of those other windows that have lists, you're going to see an actual calendar instead of a list. This is a better way to approach it because now it's more graphical and you could actually see day by day usage of whatever you're looking at. My favorite thing to do is to look at the invoice window, and if you have a produce supplier, let's say, that comes in every Tuesday, well, you could quickly look and see, did I miss any of those Tuesday orders? Or I did put the invoice in. So I find it's a great way to get a bird's eye view of what's going on in whatever respect. Invoice, sales, waste, all the lists are built this way now. The inventory window has been updated as well, so now when you want to customize your count sheets, you could do it right from the inventory window. You don't have to have a live inventory open to adjust this. So as I click inventory, I could go to the custom sort option. And right from this window now, I could pick the location and the order I want it to show up. So this is how you could do the sheet to shelf inventory lists. Built into the inventory window now, we've added in the import and export to OC Mobile. OC Mobile is an add-on app that would work with an iOS device. So you'll be able to export your count sheets from OC to your iPad or iPhone, walk around and count. You could actually access the camera as a scanner, so we could pick up barcodes. At the end of inventory, you could quickly just click upload, come back into Optimum and click import. Your numbers are imported right back in here. So it saves a lot of labor of obviously manually typing and human entry errors. But it is an add-on, and I encourage you to call for pricing. Now these are only some of the changes that we've made to the new system. Moving to a monthly subscription platform, we now have the ability to update our software more frequently. If you like what you see in this video and you want more information, a presentation could be set up to answer any questions, take you through any of these windows in more detail, and then I could leave you with a quote. The cost of the upgrade varies depending on what you had before you upgrade. So if you're on an older version, it may cost more than if you're on the last version. So I encourage you to call us to get pricing. 1-888-798-5555